Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are back with another couple actually of deck lists. This is the first one of these two from the new box. Of course, we've got a lot of new support actually of new support for older archetypes, and in this video I'm talking about JINZO. I mean, JINZO was never a thing. I've been playing since the beginning, and I do not really actually remember a time where we have been playing JINZO, so this is kind of new. We've got a lot of support and actually a new skill, as you can see with Asparoba. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here, of course, with Asparoba, as you can see right here, and what we've got basically these are all new cards except for the couple of JINZO, of course. We've got Psychic Mega Cyber, Psychic Bounder, and Cyber Energy Shock, and Law of the Cosmos. So these are all cards you can see from the new box. Also, we have to include JINZO Layer. That is not that great, but not that bad either, so it's fine. So we got a couple of JINZO. Now, to be honest, I remember facing a guy that had like 3 JINZO in his deck. I do not remember if it was for the skill or if it because actually he's got triple copies. I don't think there was a way to get triple copies of JINZO, honestly, because you can only get these the card trader. Yeah, maybe. So we can get the third copy right here. That's why. I mean, but it's not needed at all. Actually, I'm playing 2, but I'm not that sure that 2 is, you know, mandatory. So we've got Psychic Mega Cyber, these dudes. Actually, let's start from the skill. You know, the first thing that we've got. So this skill is pretty nuts, to be honest. You can send one monster on your field that originally belonged to your opponent, or a monster on your field with JINZO in its stacks, to the graveyard. So it can be, of course, either a psychic, actually what it is, it can be either your Psychic Bounder, because he lists JINZO in his text, or a Mega Cyber as well, to activate this skill, or for example, you can use your enemy controller to get a monster your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard with the skill. That's a pretty nice strategy, honestly. And then you can play one Fiend Mega Cyber, nothing special. So we have this guy in the game, but it's not that good because in Duel Links actually it's a very rare condition, right? So and if your opponent does not control any trap card, what you can do also as well, you can do it in your first turn. So as it's turn 1, you can place a face-up Cyber Raider in your opponent's slot of Spell and Trap Zone. And as a continuous trap card. Why do you want to do this? Because placing this guy on your opponent's spell and trap zones allow you to play Psychic Mega Cyber as a special summon. Because this dude can be special summoned if your opponent controls more spell and trap cards than you do. So of course this is supposed to do, you have to do all this stuff before setting any of your back rows, of course. And what's good about that is that, of course, the other thing is that you cannot special summon a monster to deactivate this skill except Machine. So you basically, thanks to this skill, if you have this guy right there, you can basically take it and make it a level 6, because you can send it to the graveyard and then you summon the guy, the Fiend Mega Cyber that is a level 6. Then you can special summon this guy that you can actually add to your hand with Lower Cosmos. So you summon Psychic Bounder. For the effect of Psychic Bounder, you can add a Lower Cosmos to your hand. Then you can use Lower Cosmos, and unless your opponent is crazy and it's gonna let you summon the JINZO, then you're just allowed to add your Psychic Mega Cyber to your hand. So this becomes a level 6. You can special summon these guys a level 6 because thanks to the skill, your opponent has a continuous trap card face up. And then you have 2 level 6 to go into any of these guys. But unfortunately, for the skill, you can only go into either a Force Focus, that is actually the best option for your turn 1, or for a second turn, you can go either into Ptolemy or as well into What's the third one? JINZO, of course. Later. JINZO is not that good. Tell Me as a turn 1 is useless. The only good thing is Force Focus because it can negate monsters' effect, but they had to be level 5 or higher. As you will see in the replays, this will happen, so it's nice to have a rank 6 on the field. Also, he's a pretty big guy, so that's fine. And so the combo, of course, these two guys, triple of these cards are mandatory. Of course, this is just a rare, but this is a super rare. So if you want to play this deck at its full power, you have to play 3 of this. And another cool effect that he has that is pretty nice is that if this card attacks a monster you control the JINZO, you can tribute this card and place their opponent's monster's effect monsters in his spell and trap zones as a continuous trap card. That is pretty good because it is actually a non-targeting removal, and that's really good, honestly. Also, this guy has another cool effect. If your opponent does not read, and you know that in Duel Links it happens a lot of times when your opponent attacks another monster, when you control Psychic Bounder, you can pop that monster and this Psychic Bounder, so you can protect your other monsters basically. That's pretty nice. Then among the new cards we've got Lewa Cosmos. Is simply a searcher for any of these 3 guys, or if your opponent is crazy and it happens, they set a trap card and you can special summon a JINZO. So that's pretty nice. It's a hard once per turn, the only bad thing, but it's fine. And then we have another new card, Cyber Energy Shock, basically a popper, but you can actually decide to target a continuous trap card that can be the Cyber Raider. You set your opponent's spell and trap zones with the skill to negate something on the field, or to make your JINZO gain permanently 800 attack. So that's pretty good because it's not until the end of the turn, and JINZO is actually, he has not that good of stats, so it's pretty weak. So that 800 are actually really good. Plus it's a quick play spell card, so you can use it in your opponent's turn. That's pretty good. And then we have Monster Reborn, mandatory, enemy controller, just 1, because the second slot is for the Rhinos boss. Because you have a easy way to go into rank 6, you can simply go into an Exabeetle and then Rhinos boss, so you have to play the Rhinos boss, in my opinion. Couple of Book of Moon, of course, and this is the Spice, Junk Giant. Why? I mean, it can be hard, I know, it can be hard, like, because your opponent has control at level 5, so against XYZ deck like Phantom Knights or Shark Water deck, actually, it could be kinda useless. I know that, but it's level 6 that can be special summoned. It can be pretty nice, honestly. Because it's just another special summon that allows you to go into any of these guys, any of these rank 6 guys, and I really find it very useful, honestly. So that's my way to play it. Of course, if you don't like this idea, you can simply put in a bunch of quick play spell cards like Forbidden Chalice or the Forbidden Lance to protect from backwards, but you don't really need it. And another card that I suggest a lot is the Phoenix. I already tried that in another machine deck and it works pretty fine. Cyber Phoenix, because it offers extra protection not only for trap cards but also from spell cards. If that card actually targets exactly one machine type monster you control, so that's pretty nice to protect from a Book of Moon or any other spell card. That's pretty nice to play this instead of the Junk Giant if you do not like the idea of having a death card in your hand sometimes. For the extra deck, mandatory, tell me mandatory. This one just one to try, nothing special. And Bouncer, of course, mandatory. Malevolent Sin, because we could happen to have a couple of rank 4. And then the combo Exabeetle plus Rhinos Boss. So guys, that is all for the explanation. If you have some question, drop in the comment section down below and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. As you can see, three win streak right here. We've got Miami Merrick. Actually, I've got a couple of duels with this dude, but I'm gonna show you both because they were really good duels. Second one especially because we knew each other, so we knew what we were playing, so it was even better. So as you can see, we've got a low Cosmos to begin with, and keep in mind that you could see some Forbidden Chalice because in some duels I was testing, but the ones that you see during the decklist breakdown is the final optimized version. So we've got the Bounder, as you can see, and then a couple of set card, but basically 7 Energy Shock is useless until we have a JINZO on the field, so keep in mind that he actually picked the good one. He's got already the Buster Whelp to begin with, and of course he's got triple set as the Buster Blader players do. He's got the Destruction Sword Memories to summon the Buster Blader, then Supernatural Tactics right there, so fill actually to clog his spell and trap zones. I've got Lower Cosmos once again and decided to go with the JINZO because I didn't want him to activate anything else. As you can see, there you go, JINZO is here. Then Monster Reborn into the Psychic Bounder that can activate its effect because it activates even if it's special summoned. At this point we can just attack, get rid of that, and then I went for the Cheese Play enemy controller to go into the lethal. Of course I knew he's got the trap, so I forced him to use the fusion card, but then I used my Cyber Energy Shock revealed to pop that and just go for lethal. So as you can see, this deck, thanks to the quick play spray, has a lot of very cool effects and cool plays. That's how you do it. There you go. This was my 5th win in a row, rank up in Legend, I guess, yeah. And again, the rematch with the dude, just back to back, a couple of duels, so it was pretty nice. It was him to begin this time. He's got the Buster Web to open up, so it was pretty lucky right there. And a kind of triple set, and one of them being, of course, the Destruction Sword Memories. We've got the Psychic Bounder once again to add the Lower Cosmos. Then we used the Lowest Cosmos to add the Mega Cyber. So we could just special summon him, Supernatural Tactics to have actually a bunch of level 6, but I didn't feel like going into any level, into rank 6 actually, because I was afraid of the trap cards. So I just went up attacking and he was forced to use the Destruction Swords Memories, as you can see right here. So the Buster Blader is here, I just attacked with that, and then enemy controller to go for leader in a couple of times. He's got the Canadian for the first one, and for the second one he had to use the trap card from the graveyard. He's got the fusion, and I had to attack just to actually make him lose his Destruction Sword Master. He's got the skill once again to add another actually little guy. He had the another Destruction Sword Master to his hand. He could summon the one from the graveyard and then he can just attack. I went for Book of Moon right there to avoid the piercing damage actually, so now I'm chilling. I can just wait. He still has, you know, more traps than me, so I'm, you know, in a good spot for the Psychic Mega Cyber play, as you can see right there. So I went with the Psychic Mega Cyber, then the Psychic Bounder to have the Energy Shock. And then I just waited and hoped actually that he made a mistake. So he has the Cyclone once again, playing 3 of course, and he made a mistake. So when you have a Psychic Bounder, if your opponent has a Psychic Bounder, you want to attack that first, otherwise you're gonna screw up. So I used the effect to pop both, but he used the Karma to boost up his Buster Blade, the Dragon Destruction, the Dragon Destroyer's Sword Master. But that's fine. Now we can just wait. As you can see right here, I was playing the Forbidden Chalice, a couple instead of the Junk Giant, and then he's got again the Buster Web. I used the Chalice to negate that because now, and I knew he's gonna fall for this mistake. He's gonna use the second effect to trip it, but the effect has been negated, so he can't do nothing. He put that in defense, and then at this point I got a Jeans Ejector. I was playing as a third card with the 2 Forbidden Chalice, and then boom, Psychic Bounder once again to have another Cyber Energy Shock, and I just waited at this point. He decided not to attack, and I don't know why. I could just go with Jeans Ejector, use the effect, because I was sure actually he's got a trap right there. I was right, so boom, there you go, JINZO is here, and he's top tier. I can just use my Cyber Energy Shock, because I knew which back row he has, then just Monster Reborn, use the Cosmic Cyclone just to show me what he had. I mean, there was no point in doing that, and it just cooked. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, against Duel. Let's see what we've got. We've got him to begin. He's got the, as you can see, the first movement solo, summoning the little girl, then the skill to bring back the Chopina, then recycle the Soprano, so he can summon back again, and fusion summon first and Bloom Diva. How do we deal with that? We have plenty of ways to deal with that actually, so we're chilling. And then he's got a couple of set cards, so having a JINZO would be nice. We've got the lower Cosmos, and here I made the mistake, you know. I was so sure that we was not gonna set the trap that I didn't summon my Junk Giant or any other stuff. Actually, I can still summon this guy because you do not have to control no monsters. So, and then I just had myself a JINZO out without even knowing. So at this point, I could just go with Psychic Mega Cyber, enemy controller, taking control of that, using the skill to send that to the graveyard and transform that into a Fiend Mega Cyber, and then I can just attack because his trap can't do nothing. So that's just how quick it is. But keep in mind, I could have also just summoned, I don't know, I could use the effect of the other Mega Cyber, the Psychic Mega Cyber, to place the Bloom Diva in the spell trap zones, and that effect does not target, so it's even better. Keep in mind, I had plenty of choice. I could even have summoned my Junk Giant going into a Epithelemy, that is a machine, and to make actually the Bloom Diva come back to the extra deck. So I have plenty of choices. That's how you do it. There you go. This time against Jaden and Yuki, let's see what we are against. It's us to begin. Boundary to add the lower Cosmos, and then lower Cosmos. And he actually chose to use it. I don't know why, honestly, these people keep on doing that. So I've got, and keep in mind that right here as you can see, I was using Shrink I was trying Shrink as a quick play spell card. So he's got a trap that he can't use and a slot clogged. He's got Electromagnetic Warrior, actually, as you can see right there. And, you know, all these traps are actually gonna be useless. Let's go. I've got Bounder to it's got the effect chain to summon the Delta, and then Delta's gonna send the monster to the graveyard, of course, as you can see right here. So I can just attack with that, and then Fiend Mega Cyber, and then go with JINZO, and it actually happens to have anything activatable, so it's really actually stuck right there. Then he just needs, you know, all the guys to add the Berserkian, and then he could do something. He's got the Magnetic Field right there. To special summon the Batter back from the graveyard, to have the Alpha they already summoned, so he's got plenty of stuff. Gunny Guardian to begin with, and I made the mistake of using Book of Moon because you can just change the effect at this point, right? So I of course put my JINZO attack to 0, so that you could use the trap also because he negates the effect, and he's got the Giga Brilliant Summon into the Digital Bug Carbage, and then another Berserkian play. He only has a monster to pop that, and then I just went with Shrink on the Berserkian, so to avoid one monster being destroyed. But he made a mistake. He attacked my JINZO, but I have the Psychic Bounder, so I can just use the effect and pop both. Then he attacked with the Carbage, but that's fine at this point because I can just summon the Psychic Mega Cyber that I could have had with my Low Cosmos, keep in mind that. Then I used that to add JINZO, and I special summon him, and then I just went into an Exceed summon because I need lethal right there. Bouncer is here, so I can get also effect. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. These duels instead were from the KC Cup. As you can see, we've got a couple of plays. It's us to begin. We've got the boundaries. You can see we already have the Mega Cyber, so we can use the skill to make it actually as a level 6. Now that it's got a trap card, I can special summon the Mega Cyber, then start harding using the other Law of Cosmos. Then first turn, first focus is the best thing you can do right there. You know, hoping your opponent actually plays something of level 5 or higher, and I was right because he's got like Polymerization and Cyber Dragon, so it's gonna use the effect to bring back the Cyber Dragon Zwei, and then Polymerization into the Chimetic Rampage Dragon that is level 5 unfortunately for him, so he can use the effect. I can just use my first focus and negate that, so he cannot even send the Cyber Dragons to the graveyard, so I'm in a really good spot right now. He can't do nothing, as you can see, so instead I can just summon my Bander and add the Low Cosmos that actually can let me add a second Mega Cyber, so we are really chilling. We can special summon that and start attacking even more. We can get rid of everything, as you can see right here, and basically we've got also another negation with the Force Focus, so we are in a very good spot. He's got Cyber Dragon once again, and then he went for Overload Fusion to go into Chimetic Over Dragon, but of course, as well, spell, we can negate that with force focus. So that's how useful it can be. And there you go, negate it, and then he can't do nothing, he just cooped. That's how you do it. There you go. Last but not least, I'm actually at 6 replays. I wanted to show you all of this because these were really nice. It's got Pendulum right there, and I'm talking about Dinomist. So it's got, it's as the beginner, and with the lower Cosmos, he decided to go with setting a card. So I can just bring out my JINZO, then the Bounder right there to have the 7 energy shock, and we got triple set, so we're pretty in a very good spot actually. And I actually used that because I wanted to clock his spell and trap because I knew he played like he played the Dinomist charge. So as soon as he activated it, I can just use Cyber Energy Shock to pop it, so he's got no search. Then he's got the double pendulum, but he seems to have already what he needs to go into a pendulum summon. There you go, he's got the big boy out, Spinus and Plasius. I can use the Book of Moon, the first one that was negated by the effect of the Ankylos, then the second one to be chilling. At this point, I can just attack. I have another defense, so I can just attack right there. But the problem is that if he draws into the correct pendulum scale, as he did, now he's able to summon one monster back. So he was able to summon that. I tried to use my enemy controller here. He was forced to pop his own cards to negate that, but now he's able to use his trap card right there. So I had a pretty good draw. As you can see, Jug Giant special summon into Hexa Beetle, and Hexa Beetle into the Rhinos Boss, of course. So Rhinos Boss now can just attack, and I actually saved the effect for the next turn. It's got the continuous spell, the Dinomist charge to add up Plasius, so he can do it once again the pendulum scale, and then pendulum summon. And then as soon as he summoned, as soon as he activated the trap cards, I changed the effect of Rhinos Boss, because if he summons now a monster that has higher defense than this guy, the effect says that he's gonna pop that, but that is unaffected, as you can see right there, by the cards effect. So I had to make sure that this effect actually was referred to Dinomist Rex, so that's why I did it. So that was popped, and he gets to summon the other guy, but he can't go over my my Rhinos Boss, so I'm chilling, and then the face is just got destroyed. We've got pretty lucky draw with the Mega Cyber, so we can just attack. He's got nothing left to do, as you can see right there, to defend with, and we're chilling. That's how you're doing, my boys. There you go. So guys, there were a lot of duels, honestly. I hope you enjoyed all of them. Of course, if you have some questions, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.